Hey guys! So, this is my first actual video of myself on here, and I hope this doesn't turn out to be crappy. If it is, don't be afraid to tell me. Anyway, I thought I'd go ahead and make a video about the basics of ear stretching. Yes, you heard me right, ear stretching. About a month ago, I had first started stretching my ears, and so far, I love it. When you first go to stretch your ears though, make sure you know what you are doing. A lot of people will go in blind and just go off of the little basics that they know. You need to know a lot before you even think about doing this though. Like any other body modification, gauging your ears can be harmful and possibly very permanent. So I'm going to tell you guys some of the things you may need to know and what you will need. To begin with, most people with their ears pierced already were either pierced at an 18 gauge or 16 gauge. I know that I was at a 16 gauge, and so far everything has gone perfectly for me. Anywho, when you go to begin stretching, please make sure that you have read the basics of cleaning and how to gauge properly before you do anything. When I first started, I had ordered a kit of 14 gauge to 0 gauge tapers from Amazon. Now I prefer using actual tapers over the taping method, but that is your choice. To begin, find out what size you need to start with. Like I said, I was already at a 16 gauge, so I went ahead and have stretched to a 14 gauge, which I am still at now. Some of you that are at, say, like an 18 gauge, you should do what I did too, probably, and go ahead and order tapers and a 16 gauge to begin with. Oh wow, you guys are all probably saying, boy, this is confusing. Well, it really isn't, to be honest. On BodyJewelrySource.com, there's a whole section that tells you all about ear stretching and what you will need. I will post that in the description along with other helpful sites for ear gauging. Anyway, yes I know I say anyway a lot, can't help that. Let's talk about what else you will need to begin. Usually it's good to have a bottle of antibacterial soap, and you will want to wash your hands before you even think about touching your ears. Trust me, you really need to wash your hands. Second, you should have some kind of lubrication for your ears and the tapers. When I had first started, I used something called A&D ointment. It works really well for this kind of stuff, but you could also use something like holy butter, which is very recommended by most people that stretch, jojoba oil, etc., but do not use anything that is oil-based like peroxide. That will just harm your ears and not help them heal at all. Third, I would recommend cleaning your lobes before anything. Use something like hot water and the antibacterial soap, and then go ahead and use your forefinger and thumb to massage your earlobes once you have cleaned them. This will get the blood circulating and make it easier to stretch. You could also shower before stretching too. That's what I did, and it has worked wonderfully. That is basically all the basics to begin with. I'll probably end up making another video on gauge sizes though, and whatnot, but here's what to do now. 1. Grab your taper, whatever size you may be using first, and rub some of the lubricant, oils, etc., whatever you are using onto it, so that it's just slippery enough. 2. You will want to slowly, not fast, slowly, push the taper in from the small end to the large end where the O-ring lies. You should feel a little bit of pain when you push it in, like a little sting, but nothing else. If you see blood or feel a lot of pain, you need to stop. You don't need to be screwing up your ears. Let them rest for a day or two, and then you can probably go and try again. Whatever you want to do though, do not force the taper in. It would only go in as far as it can. Trust me. Do not force it in at all. After that, you'll probably have to make a choice on either leaving the taper in with the O-rings on it, or you can switch out the taper with a plug. The plug should be around ½ an inch, like say this big. That's the one that I have, and you'll just have to keep, maybe a little bit smaller though, but you'll just have to keep the hole stretched and not mess up your earlobes, so those are recommended. If you decide to keep the tapers in though, make sure that you take them out and clean both the tapers and your earlobes every night so that they don't get infected. Some people are okay with leaving the tapers in, like I was, but I know a lot of my friends have tried to leave the tapers in and their ears have gotten infected. So just make a wise choice. The last one, you will still want to clean your ears every single night though, and try to massage them to keep the blood circulating so that they don't get screwed up. And if you're going to take out your plugs or tapers or whatever you're using to clean them, or even just let your ears relax, don't leave them out for more than a half an hour to an hour, or your ears will start to close up. Trust me, I've almost had it happen. I think that's about everything though you guys need to know for now. Hopefully I'll have another view up within a few days about gauge sizes and how they look and whatnot. Hope this video helps with the basics though. Thanks guys.